I mean, you were allowed to write letters. The first thing about the letter was that the first weekend, not that weekend, we arrived at the following. You were told that you could write letters. So you wrote your letter, telling your family that you are in prison, now you arrived there, you talk about everything. And then your letter 2 days later comes back. It has parts scratched off. And at the bottom, there's a writing that said, you must rewrite this letter. And you must leave out all the parts that have been censored. You didn't know that they censored letters, And so you try, they don't even tell you why they censored this part of the letter. So over time you got to know that you are not allowed to write about prison life in your letter. You are not allowed to write anything that would be considered to be political in nature. So they tell you that. I mean, you don't ask many questions. You are still new in this place. So you try to rewrite your letter, but if you sit down and try to rewrite your letter, you realize that, no, man, I've got nothing to write about.
Right.
I mean, really, if I can't write about prison and I'm here, so what do I write about? So you say, when
I'm fine.
we arrive safely where we're going in Robben Island, and that's it. What more can you write? If I can't write about prison life, you are not allowed to write about other people that are here. Why? I've got my co-accused, I can't write about them and say so-and-so is not well, And so over time, you begin to get to know the prison. That, man, this is getting tough. Then later we receive letters from home, responding to our letters. They write and tell us a lot of things, and then the letter is censored so thoroughly. So many words scratched off, and you wonder, what the hell is going on here? Oh my goodness. And then you are told, no, if a person from outside writes to you, and they write anything that the authorities believe would be politically newsworthy to prisoners, that part of the law will be censored. So our families were writing to us, telling us about what was happening outside. In your high school, the students, after you were arrested, they did this, they did that. Those guys that gave evidence against you, this is what happened to them, So they were writing freely, not knowing that letters are censored, So the word was busy writing of every part of the letter, Now, you can't even write to your family and say, don't write about things like this. Because letters are censored. Because if you did that, you are writing about prison life, So this became a challenge with time. And then many of us being high school students, we then got to know that we are allowed to study in prison. So we applied. We were told you must apply. You can still continue the education. We applied. That's how we discovered this office. Oh, by the way, up those stairs on the right, that was the census office. That's where letters were censored. And then here, this was the study office. So we applied, All our applications were turned down. And we didn't know. They asked exactly the question we asked. Why? They said the warders in charge of the section. We don't know. We said, what do you mean you don't know? I mean, we gave the letters to you to pass them over to that side. Well, if this is a courtesy, when they give you the letters, they should tell you why we have turned down our application. They said, well, maybe you can write to them again. We said, no, please, come on. So on Sundays, the head of the prison does inspections in the section, giving prisoners an opportunity to ask or make requests on issues that they were not happy that were attended to by the warders in charge of the section. So we asked the head of the prison. We applied to continue with our education here, and all letters were turned down. Well, what happened? They didn't tell us why. He said, well, because you are new arrivals, you've hardly been here 6 months. We don't know much about you. Now, education is a privilege. It's not a right. You only get accorded that permission to study if we have a basis upon which you can assess you and tell whether you're a modern prisoner or not. But being new here, we don't have much in your files. So maybe next year, when you have a lot of reports in your file submitted by prison warders, that gives us an indication of what kind of a prisoner you are. Maybe you'll then qualify to study. And that's when we discovered that even the writing of letters was a privilege. Because having arrived here, we were allowed to write one letter a month. And then that card, remember that card we were given? That head of the prison then talked about that card. He said, look, where are your prison cards? We searched ourselves in the cabinets, take them out. There they are. He said, look at that card. You see on the left of that card, yes, there's an area that says group written there. He said, yeah. What's the mark there? It's D. He said, yes. D means that you've been classified at the lowest level possible in prison. There are 4 groups. It's D, C, B, A. Everybody on arrival is classified D. At D, you have the least privileges possible. The more well-behaved you are, we're going to promote you to C, B, and ultimately A. So in terms of your letters, you are allowed to write 1 letter a month. You are allowed to receive 1 letter a month. Or in place of receiving a letter, you can get 1 visit a month.